know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you.
That's what I call some bullshit. Whoa, another episode starting out with a flashback? You don't say! How convenient that Javi and David bat differently so that they could have this conversation with each other.
Who do I make this out to?
Oh, no names. Band players' signatures are worth way more on resale than personalized crap.
Scalping.
Next time, we go to the shooting range. I don't really shoot, but I do. And I'm good at it.
Well, yeah, I would think so. You being in the military and all. That's like saying a Korean masseuse is great at massages. You're not going to be great at shooting just by being a Call of Duty player.
Last time you deployed, you didn't have kids. So, whatever you do now, you gotta put them first. I am putting them first. That's why I have to leave.
Well, that's some fascinating logic. I'm going to take care of my family by abandoning my family. This becomes even more egregious when David lectures you about family if you decide not to take care of Kate and the kids.
It's your family, David, not mine. You gotta stay here to help them. Typical selfish. You don't know shit about family. You boys want to make it out of here. Just relax and trust in the process.
Oh, you mean the process in which we exposed your leader for their wrongdoing and still managed to get us locked up?
After I brought you in, after I saved your asses, this is how you treat me. Betrayal, lies.
Well, in case you forgot, I did say I wasn't going to promise anything.
Just don't wait up for me, okay? Avi? I'm gonna do whatever I have to keep Kate and Gabe safe. After that, I'm not promising anything.
So it's not my fault the game didn't take that option into account.
You gotta still have some friends here, right?
Everybody seems to forget about Ava, who is supposedly David's right hand.
Ava's my right hand. If there's anyone you can trust in Richmond, it's her.
She managed to flip Clint and Lingard to her side somehow.
Yeah, David, it's called charisma, or plot convenience, whichever you want to choose.
It's everyone out for themselves these days.
You're just now noticing that?
They want to break us, so we have to put on a united front.
You're with me? 100%?
100%.
Yes, little brother, let's stand united, even though we just got done bickering about how untrustworthy you are.
Right now, David, I need to ask you some questions. In private.
Bah, don't worry, David. Just perform some cunnilingus on her and everything will be alright. Oh wait, you're not gonna do that? You stupid prick. Joan detains Javi in the one room for which there are multiple openings to escape from. You would think after imprisoning somebody that you would have guards nearby to monitor their activities, but not in this case.
Javi,
Kate!
I wasn't sure how I was going to find you. Then I heard the glass breaking.
Ah, so you heard the glass breaking, but nobody else, huh? How convenient. Despite suffering a life-threatening injury and having only a few days to recover, Kate can apparently walk and run perfectly fine. Gotta give it to her. Gal's a regular miracle woman.
I saw them take David from the quarantine building.
How? That was the same place where Javi was being detained. And if that's the case, you were spying on us this entire time. Yet you acted like that wasn't the case.
I won't let them catch us, because I'm coming for them first.
That doesn't sound like the smartest thing I've ever heard, Javi.
Yeah, it isn't. And it also isn't what I was expecting. Telltale. It's bad enough that you hardly make our choices matter, but now you're making the player characters speak extra words that don't really correlate with that particular choice.
I think they want me more than you. If they spot us, don't be afraid to leave me behind.
Kind of an odd option, seeing as how she did exactly that near the end of the last episode, and she just got done helping you escape. Sure, door, just conveniently be open for us to enter. You know, I can't believe I didn't realize this until now, but Gabe looks like a bootleg Delson Rowe from Infamous Second Son. Well, that is a teleporting dead times 100 if I ever saw it. And all I really see are a bunch of reused Walker designs. Here, 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 and here.
I, for one, would feel a whole lot safer with a few more guns to protect ourselves.
A few more guns indicates that you already have guns to begin with, which you clearly do not.
Look, Javi, I don't know if you heard us, but I think I fucked it up with Eleanor.
Hey, Trip, if you're trying to keep your little guy talk with Javi a secret, you might not want to do it in hearing distance of Eleanor.
I don't think I can leave this apartment with things like this between me and her. It's just not right.
Yeah, Trip, we need to figure out a way to not get eaten by walkers, but sure, let's settle your love life issues right now.
I can go talk to him while you sneak inside. I'll distract him. You won't do anything to me. I'll tell him I saw something suspicious.
The guard will actually fall for this, even though Gabe is the son of David, who is about to be removed from power as head of security. Game actually thought it would trick you into thinking it was anybody other than Gabe. Fake suspense indeed. And I'm more interested in how Gabe managed to distract the guard for an inordinate amount of time without the guard immediately raising suspicion. The details continue to go overlooked.
Have to do this the hard way.
Ah, yes. Let's sneak into this armory quietly and then make the maximum amount of noise possible. I wasn't aware that drywall had that much reverb. Also, pressing the button 3 times to break in. There's that rule of 3 cliche. CSGO skins.
We've never done this before. Just you and me. We make a pretty good team, right?
Game is still trying to force me to bond with characters I don't give 2 shits about. I find the lack of animation on this guy's face to be somewhat disturbing.
Let me see that wound. It's really bleeding. You're gonna need that taken care of.
Thanks for the update, Captain Obvious. These jackasses not only leave evidence, but a useful weapon as well. Much like episode 1, Clementine doesn't appear until 40 minutes into the episode.
Something tells me Lingard doesn't doing.
He's been out of it since I got here.
He's alive.
Well, thanks for clarifying that, Javi. The snoring didn't give it away at all.
I started bleeding. I know, it's a thing. I've traveled with women before, and they all had it. What is it?
Really, Game? You mean to tell me no woman Clem has ever been around gave her the period talk?
Penicillin. Not what I'm looking for. Not much left. It looks like painkillers are in high demand.
I wouldn't steal any medicine if I were you.
You give us the option to take painkillers but not penicillin?
Jackpot. Needle and thread. All sterilized and ready to go.
Convenient needle and thread, and you don't know that needle is sterilized because you didn't clean it. Clem is reminiscing, that means it's flashback time. Jane pulls off an impressive feat by managing to get 2 different plastic surgeries in the same damn game, including this bulletin in a flashback, and especially for a character we know ends up dying. Wow, really? Come on. I know this game has teleporting dead, but they were right there in front of you.
That's a pretty good rabbit. Always used to do that one for Duck.
Kenny, you're breaking the second Telltale Walking Dead commandment. Flashback within a flashback. Random doodling has been shown to increase sentimental value by 22%.
Consider it a peace offering? We care about you.
We care about you so much that we exiled you from our community just for trying to save your little boy. Them's the rules.
So, what do you think?
Clem cleaned up Javi's wound without using hydrogen peroxide. And before anybody points it out, no, what she picked up was water. The hydrogen peroxide was over on this counter.
You coming?
I still have to ask Lingard about AJ.
Hello, Clementine.
Right on cue.
Thought you were rotting in a cell with David. Any chance he got out too? I hate to think about what Joan might do to him. Despite all her pleasantries, she's a cruel bitch.
Then why didn't you stick with David when he needed you the most? I find your character inconsistency to be unsettling.
If David's taken such good care of him, why did he tell me to ask you where AJ is?
That's what this is about, then. You want to know where the boy is?
Well, yeah, that's basically been her character arc throughout this entire season. Why would she come back to Richmond if she wasn't trying to find AJ? If you choose to kill Dr. Lingard, then he'll reveal AJ's location before you give him the injection, thus completely negating the whole point in killing him. And it's even more sinful that the game doesn't give you the option to pull a switcheroo and refuse to inject him after he's given you the information.
I saved this one for you.
No, I've already got one. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to have another.
Reversing a shutdown.
What took you so long?
We went to see Dr. Lingard.
I'm kind of surprised he was sober.
Can't say I approve of the way he blows off steam, though.
When did you become aware of that? Was it off screen? The only times we ever saw Lingard High were in Clem's flashbacks and just a few minutes ago. Either way, I'm sitting how you conveniently knew about that.
The sun will be rising in a few hours. Jones people know we're holed up here.
How do Jones people know you're held up here when you've been sneaking past all of their guards throughout this entire episode?
We can't just cut and run. Not with the herd out there. Like it or not, we're fucking stuck in Richmond.
Which reminds me of how Joan is holding this town hall meeting when there are walkers right outside the community. But then I also remembered that it's Telltale writing, and stupid shit like that is to be expected. Man, look at that gorgeous 2D background. Magnificent art, isn't it?
Jesus, Javi, is that blood on your shirt?
Would you guys stop making such a big deal about it? It happened. It's over. Move on already.
Yeah, everybody, stop worrying about the wounded shoulder I caused by being an idiot.
What we need to be talking about is the plan. Oh, I have a bunch of ideas. I want to be the one to go after Dad. Just give me a gun and I'll do whatever.
Gabe is the reason why Javi got stabbed, but now he thinks he can Rambo into town.
Your life is precious.
Life is precious? Then how come you shot Conrad, huh? Back in the tunnel, when he came after us, he tried to bargain with you. But you thought killing him would be easier.
I saved your life too, in case you didn't remember that part.
So what?
And if you took Conrad's deal...
You're a fucking coward! A fucking coward! Javi, how? How could you?
Oh, the contradiction is fantastic. How about it, Gabe apologist? What's your excuse this time as to why he's not a shithead?
What the fuck, Javi? Is he telling the truth? You murdered my friend? What the fuck did you do that for? You looked me in the eyes, man. You let me think the walkers had killed him.
No, in that playthrough I clearly told you that Conrad got into an argument with Clem and that things went south.
He lost it in the tunnel. Attacked us.
What do you mean? What happened?
He and Clem started arguing, and then shit just went south. We had to leave him behind.
Didn't think I'd skip over that little detail, did you?
He's telling the truth. When Conrad found out that I used to run with New Frontier, he went crazy. He would have pulled the trigger, no question.
I guess we'll never know, right? Because he's not here to tell his side of things.
There are no two sides to the truth, only one. I would have thought you, of all people, would have known that, seeing as how you preach so heavily about it.
Just saying, man. 3 things that never hide forever. The sun, the moon, and the truth.
I'm gonna get some things together and find some place to wait out the herd. I'll attract less attention if I'm by myself.
Hey guys, I'm the character who was supposed to die in episodes 2 and 3. But since there were some assholes who wanted to get all the endings, this is going to be the game's lame way of writing me out of the plot. A normal-sized adult and 2 barely teenagers managed to easily push this heavily armored truck.
Don't think those guys will be able to hear the engine all the way over here.
You push that truck a few meters at most. They'll still be able to hear a big diesel engine like that. Kate clearly doesn't know how sound waves work.
Couldn't find an ignition key in there. Guess you'll have to hotwire it.
How does a former baseball star know how to hotwire a vehicle? Oh wait, I forgot. Javi has main character powers. Toolbox Ex Machina.
Shit.
That was quite a pathetic jump scare.
Clem and I will look out for walkers.
Walkers? You've been calling them muertos throughout this entire game. Did somebody tamper with your script?
Gotcha.
Oh, come on. That's not even a good rule.
Still gotcha.
Guess he stopped playing it cool with her. In case you haven't noticed, Gabe's got a little crush on Clementine.
Oh, really? I would have never guessed. The obvious hints at the forced romance never gave it away.
As long as it doesn't go anywhere.
Come on. You're saying you don't think they're adorable together?
That is exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Nobody likes tryhards. Not even other tryhards.
There's no graceful way to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. I know we've had moments, you and I. And they're always a little hot and a little confusing and...
Will you two just fuck already?
Let's go for it. We gotta try, right?
Oh my god, really?
Fangirl mode activated.
Don't bring the truck. If they see it, they'll kill him right away. If you can just get into the square.
Radio cuts off right after something important cliche.
Wish we had some idea of what we're heading into.
Clem, Ava just said that it was an execution.
Javi, it's an execution over here. She's planning to hang David in front of the whole crowd.
Despite not being gagged at all, David never speaks his case and tries to expose Joan for the crimes she's committed, even as Javi approaches the stage.
Look what he's done. this man in cold blood.
It's even more sinful that Javi never exposes Joan by bringing up the fact that Badger murdered Mariana in cold blood, under her orders, and possibly turned the crowd against her. But hey, that's none of my business.
I had a very interesting conversation with your friend, Eleanor.
Wow, turns out Eleanor is a regular walking, talking plot convenience. Also, even if you keep Conrad alive, Eleanor will still snitch on you. The illusion of choice trend continues.
She said you came here because you wanted to save your brother. Admirable. Almost.
I know, right? I'm trying to save my own flesh and blood from being publicly executed. I'm such a bad guy, LOL. What?
Here in Richmond, people who put themselves before the group don't last long.
In the Walking Dead universe, trying to protect your family constitutes as putting yourself before the group. And you know what? If I ever see that putting yourself before the group line again in a Walking Dead game, I'm just gonna start counting it as a cliche.
David wanted to tear this whole place down. He told his people where to find our gun supply, and sure enough, they picked us clean.
Although Joan makes a good point, nobody mentions context. I mean, we couldn't possibly be stealing those guns so that we could protect ourselves because we wanted to leave Richmond, right? I mean, who the fuck cares about proof?
You've put me in a no-win situation here.
Wow, it's almost as if Telltale is exposing their own flawed, contrived gameplay mechanic.
Come on, Javi. Who's it gonna be? Your friend or your brother's lieutenant?
Telltale in a nutshell. Choose to remain neutral? Fuck you, you're dead.
I can do anything I want.
Degrading into a stereotypical tyrant. How pathetically predictable.
We don't murder in Richmond.
We don't murder, even though Joan just got done doing so and nobody questioned her.
Shoot that bitch! Take her out! She deserves it. If you don't do it, I fucking will.
And if you take the deal, David never proceeds to do so.
Well, this is a hell of a situation, isn't it?
Conrad Ex Machina.
Yeah, don't get all mushy on me. I really was headed out, but something made me turn back.
It was the plot, wasn't it? They had to find something useful for you to do after they lazily wrote you out. And then the game finds any excuse it can to make sure you die. Apparently, Kate can Tokyo drift an armored vehicle. Low-res walkers. You're not fooling me, game. I know when a character model is fully rendered.
Hey, man, you're Javier Garcia, right? The ball player? Can I get your autograph?
Not now, kid. Don't disappoint your fan. No, this is supposed to be quality family time. Ben, knock that shit off. I'm serious. You just talk. It's annoying. Not stopping. It's way too much fun. I'm not kidding. Garcia is going ballistic. Ooh, Garcia's on fire. I think your ego's boosted plenty. Ow. Fuck. You gotta shut up. Oh, come on. Don't be a wuss. David, knock off the tantrum. Grow up. You just can't resist making your little digs, can you? You gotta still have some friends here, right? I thought Lonnie was a friend. He turned on me. And you shot him. Any friends you haven't killed, I have always done my best. Tell that to Kate. You left her behind once already. Maybe it's time you try a different way. This is really what you want to be doing right now? Seriously? That's fine with me. You always were a fucking pussy.
You're not gonna be a problem, are you?
If you try to hurt David, I'm gonna be a huge problem. They still got your dad, though.
He's gonna be okay, right?
It's too late to do anything for him. Hi, Kate. Keep on acting like a little shit and see how far that gets you. I didn't make that happen. It's not my fault.
Look, Javi, I don't know if you heard us, but I think I fucked it up with Eleanor.
You're being an idiot. Now isn't the right time for this. She doesn't want you, Trip. Get over it.
Damn it!
Wake up. Talk to me. I wouldn't steal any medicine if I were you. It really doesn't go over well.
These could come in handy. Could you do me a favor and stop showing off for everybody? You're tough, okay? You can handle a lot of shit. You don't have to prove it all the goddamn time. You little fucking asshole!
Is he telling the truth? You murdered my friend? What the fuck did you do that for? You looked me in the eyes, man. You let me think the walkers had killed him.
That son of a bitch had it coming. If I had to, I'd do it again. Fuck off. All of you. If you don't think I fucking agonized about it, then you can all go to hell.
Whatever this thing is between us, I want to give it a chance.
I'm sorry, Kate.
Oh, God.
I just can't see it between us.
So, all those times you said stuff, I was just imagining it? Years together, on the road. The looks, the hints of something more. You're saying none of that meant what I thought it did? No, I don't believe it. You felt something, Javi. I know you did. Back in the junkyard, you kissed me. You kissed me, not the other way around. But as soon as David was back in the picture, you got all weird. Fuck that. And fuck you, you fucking coward.
Kate, come on.
Don't talk to me. Not anymore.
Come on, Kate. You and I both know this is stupid.
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. You already told me what you feel. You don't need to say another goddamn word.
Just stay out of sight.
Don't make me ask twice.
Fuck that, and fuck you, Joan. I don't have anything to say to someone who shit talks my family. You're pathetic, Clint. Go to hell, Joan.
Dad needs us. We gotta get out there.
David's trained for this. We're not.
You guys don't even need me. They just get in the way. You're right. We don't need you.